Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Skyrim. I'm Nosgard Silverclaw here with our character, Anhasi Silverclaw, and today we are going to be doing my favorite part of the Thieves Guild. It does have one scene I like more, but overall this particular area is, in my opinion, the best part. The Nightingale Hall. So let's continue, shall we?
I'm glad you're here.
I'm glad I'm here too, but why am I here?
This is the headquarters of the Nightingales, cut into the mountainside by the first of our kind. We've come to seek the edge we need to defeat Mercer Frey.
What are we talking, like a better sword?
If you'll follow me, I'll try to explain on the way.
Okay, I could ask her a whole bunch of questions about Nocturnal, the Nightingales, why we're not going to capture him alive anymore, which I should have need to ask because Brynjolf made the official declaration we're going to kill him and he's currently in charge. So I won't.
This way, please.
Now for today's lore topic, everyone, this is a big one for me. Full disclosure, today's lore topic is not proven lore. I want to talk about my theories and my beliefs on Nocturnal, who is relevant to the Thieves Guild in many ways. So, take it with a grain of salt, I can't prove this, but my own research has led me to believe some things that not everyone agrees with me on. Some people do, but it's not, again, not proven. Well anyway, let's head inside. Alright, here we are inside the Nightingale Hall proper. And it has a tiny entrance, which is kind of annoying when they're all trying to walk at once when you walk in.
So this is Nightingale Hall. I heard about this place when I joined the guild, but I never believed it existed.
The assumption that the Nightingales were just a myth was seeded within the guild on purpose. It helped divert attention from our true nature. What's wrong, Brynjolf? I can almost hear your brow furrowing.
I'm trying to understand why I'm here, Liz. I'm no priest, and I'm certainly not religious. Why pick me?
This isn't about religion, Brynjolf. It's business.
Well, I disagree. This is about religion, but it's also about business. But anyway, okay, so Nocturnal. For those who don't know, the short version is...
This is Nightingale Hall. You're the first of the uninitiated to set foot inside in over a century. Now, if you'll both proceed to the armory to don your Nightingale armor, we can begin the oath.
Time's wasting, and Mercer's still out there. Let's get this show on the road.
Okay then. So, Nocturnal, for those who don't know who she is a Daedric goddess. I have talked about the Daedra in other videos before.
I think we should trust the lass and take the lead.
Yes, Brynjolf, we're going to. Just go ahead and pass me so I can talk in peace. Right, as I was saying. So, Nocturnal is a Daedric goddess, or a Daedric prince as they're all called. Even though she takes the form of a woman, they're all addressed in the prince form, aka the male form. But with Nocturnal specifically, her realm is shadow, well, not deception so much, just shadow, sneaking, you know, all this stuff we do where we hide in the shadows and we watch people and rob them. That is her realm. And Brynjolf and Karliah put on a pretty cool looking set of armor.
You appear hesitant to don your Nightingale armor. What's troubling you?
Nothing, I was just talking to my viewers. So, we click the stone here, and somehow this big stone gives us the armor. So let's look at it, shall we? And I'll take my level in a moment. I know I have one. Our old armor set being Linway's armor, the one I was wearing before, 15 stamina, 15 sneak, 15 one-handed, 15 bow. It's a good set, there's nothing wrong with the set. For the actual armor rating, 36, 13, 13, 19. Okay. Now, let's look at the same thing. Now, for the chest piece, we get 20 stamina, which is plus 1 more, and we get frost resistance. So that's definitely an improvement, and you get more armor as well, 36 to 40. Nightingale boots, you get Muffle, which Muffle is drastically better than 15% sneak. Muffle essentially just either severely reduces or negates any noise you make while walking. It is the ultimate boot enchantment for a stealth character. Gloves, we get 15% lockpicking, which matches the other gloves, and we get... Sorry, I misspoke. We get 15 lockpicking, and we get one-handed bonus. The gloves we were wearing before only has the 15 for damage. Now we get that with lockpicking, so that's definitely better as well. For the hood, it's a trade-off. We're going to get 12% cheaper illusion magic, and we're going to lose 15% bows. I don't use illusion, so that's of no value to me. That said, the other pieces easily outweigh this one setback. So this is definitely the best set, in my opinion, for the Thieves Guild, if you're not wearing Dark Brotherhood armor, which is the best set for stealth, period, by a large margin. So with that out of the way, let's continue on, shall we? Oh, let me let you look at the armor really quick. Well, let me get in the light, sorry. Come on, get in the light. There we go. This is Nightingale armor. I think it looks awesome. You're like a old school ninja with crazy designs. By the way, to your left is a training room, to your right is the sleeping quarters. There's a skill book in there, but we've already picked it up, so in a different part.
Okay, lass. We've got these get-ups on. Now what?
Beyond this gate is the first step in becoming a nightingale.
Whoa there, lass. I appreciate the armor, but becoming a nightingale? That was never discussed.
To hold any hope of defeating Mercer, we must have Nocturnal at our backs. If she's to accept you as one of her own, an arrangement must be struck.
What sort of arrangement? I need to know the terms.
The terms are quite simple, Brynjolf. Nocturnal will allow you to become a nightingale and use your abilities for whatever you wish. And in return, both in life and in death, you must serve as a guardian of the Twilight Sepulchre.
Aye, there's always a catch. But at this point, I suppose there isn't much to lose. If it means the end of Mercer Frey, you can count me in.
What about you? Are you ready to transact the oath with Nocturnal?
Now, I want to make sure, she doesn't say this very clearly, so I'm going to make sure you guys understand what we're getting into here. When you devote your soul through an oath to a Daedric prince, you're saying when you die, that Daedric god will claim your soul. Basically, I am her puppet upon death, and I'm her servant in life. It is a very big deal. You better be damn sure that you want to live your life in her teachings before you do this. But I do, because she's all about the thievery, so yes, I am totally ready.
Good. After I open the gate, please stand on the western circle.
Time's wasting, and Mercer's still out there. Let's get this show on the road.
Brynjolf, go. I'll be right behind you. So, now we're going to transact our oath with Nocturnal. You know, some little thiefly ritual where... This is why I'm saying it's religious, even though she says it's just business. Without question, this is religious. By the way, important thing to note, do not pull this chain and run in here. There is no chain on the inside, you will be trapped in here. Try it if you don't believe me, just save your game before you come in. You will be permanently trapped in here if you shut the door behind you. Alright, so we go stand on our pedestal like so. And we look up at this thing, because...
I call upon you, Lady Nocturnal, Queen of Murk and Empress of Shadow. Hear my voice.
Ah, Carlia. I was wondering when I'd hear from you again. Lose something, did we?
My lady, I've come before you to throw myself upon your mercy and to accept responsibility for my failure.
You're already mine, Carlia. Your terms were struck long ago. What could you possibly offer me now?
I have two others that wish to transact the oath, to serve you both in life and in death.
You surprise me, Carlia. This offer is definitely weighted in my favor.
My appetite for Mercer's demise exceeds my craving for wealth, Your Grace.
Revenge. How interesting. Very well. The conditions are acceptable. You may proceed.
Lady Nocturnal, we accept your terms. We dedicate ourselves to you as both your avengers and your sentinels. We will honor our agreement in this life and the next until your conditions have been met.
Very well. I name your initiates Nightingale, and I restore your status to the same, Carlisle. And in the future, I'd suggest you refrain from disappointing me again.
And that is that. We are now officially Nightingales. We are servants of Nocturnal. And if that's not a religious ceremony, nothing is. I mean, the goddess herself came up and
Now
talked.
that you've transacted the oath, it's time to reveal the final piece of the puzzle to you. Mercer's true crime.
He did more than try and kill both of us and screw over the whole guild?
Mercer was able to unlock the guild's vault without 2 keys because of what he stole from the Twilight Sepulchre, the skeleton key. By doing this, he's compromised our ties to Nocturnal, and in essence, caused our luck to run dry.
So the key can unlock any door, period?
Well, yes. But the key isn't only restricted to physical barriers. All of us possess untapped abilities, the potential to wield great power securely sealed within our minds. Once you realize the key can access these traits, potential becomes limitless.
Well, if it's that dangerous, then no one should have it, and here's why. If the guild had it, we would make crazy money very easily. If the 3 of us had it, we would make crazy money very easily. But as I've said in previous videos about the Thieves Guild, moderation is extremely important. With that kind of power on our hands, we would not be able to moderate our thievery. The greed would become too strong, and it would ruin us in the end. So no one should have something like that.
Good. Then you understand why this is about more than just Mercer's lust for power. If the key isn't returned to its lock in the Twilight Sepulchre, things will never be the same for the guild. As time passed, our luck would diminish to the point of non-existence, and whether you know it or not, our uncanny luck defines our trade.
So, this would be the first time... Well, that's actually not true. You say here you'll have only one option. It's the first time I've ever set out to return something. If you remember in the last video I made, we were returning the silver candle mold to Endom. So, this is completely untrue. I don't know why they chose this wording, but whatever.
Very true. In our line of work, it's quite rare we set out to return a stolen item to its rightful owner.
Well, let's go then.
Before we depart, Brynjolf has some business to discuss. I suggest you listen to him.
Okay, Bryn?
Listen, lass. There's one last piece of business we need to settle before we go after Mercer. The leadership of the guild.
Here it comes. Why are you telling me this? You all know what's about to happen.
Carlia and I had a long discussion before you arrived here. Thanks to your efforts, Mercer's treachery has been exposed. After we deal with him, all that remains is restoring the guild to its full strength. As a result, we both feel that you have the potential of replacing Mercer as leader of the Thieves Guild.
What about you? You've been here longer and you're a higher rank.
I've been at this game a long time, my friend. A long time. I've stolen trinkets from nobles and framed priests for murder. I'm good at what I do, maybe even one of the best, but it's all I know. I've never been one to lead. Never desired it, never cared for it. Don't want it.
It's not right. No, I don't want to be the guild leader. Vex outranks me, Delvin outranks me, half the guild outranks me. They've been here longer. This is way too fast, and I don't approve of this.
Look, everyone in the guild admires what you've done. Maybe they won't come out and simply tell you, but I promise you it's true. And now they know Mercer never genuinely cared about the guild. He lacked the loyalty you obviously possess. I can't think of anyone better.
Well, okay, fine. I don't know what to say.
Well, we have a bit of an errand to run before your coronation, so don't get sentimental on me now.
I accept.
Then it's decided. When this is all over and Delvin's contacts assure me that we've regained our footing in Skyrim, we'll handle the details. Until then, we have quite the task ahead.
Let's get to it then.
I've been poring over the plans you brought us, and I'm convinced the eyes of the Falmer are in the dwarven ruins at Erkenthand. Carlia and I will meet you there. Prepare yourself, lass. This will be a fight to remember.
Now see, this I absolutely don't believe in. Well, I'm not gonna say that. It's a trope in Bethesda games that when you finish a quest line for an organization, you become the leader of it. It really annoys me because they do it for every single guild in every single game.
Sorry, lass. I've got important.
Yeah, go, Bryn. I'm talking. Go away, Bryn. It annoys me a lot because it removes any predictability. I mean, there's no chance of how the story's going to end. It always ends with me in charge. And that really bothers me because why can't we be a little different? Why can't I just be a made man in the organization? You know, be recognized for my service without giving me the title of Guildmaster, when there's a lot of people who outrank me who should be in line before me for the job. What, you think Vex has never done any good thievery for the guild? You think she hasn't done anything at all to earn the title? But that's how it plays out, and that's how it's gotta be. So when we finish the main quest, and we do all the optional tasks, which we've already done, the last one with the Silversmith that I did last video, then you can become the Guildmaster, and that ends the quest line officially. Come on, Bryn. By the way, I'll just show you really quick while we're in here. There is a skill book in here. I don't remember if I mentioned that or not. The Red Kitchen Reader, it is a sneak skill book that we've already read. It's also a chest that might have some lockpicks in it, but I don't care. So beyond that, time to get out of here. And there is no back door to the Nightingale Hall. You just gotta run out the slow way. But this gives me time to talk more about my theories on Nocturnal. Now, Nocturnal is... She, of course, controls the luck of our guild. Pretty much literally. Like, Nocturnal, if she finds favor in you or not, will greatly affect your ability to do things like finding the sweet spot on a lockpick quickly or slowly. Of course, in real life, this is determined by the random number generator of the game, but in the lore, Nocturnal is the reason why sometimes you get a critical hit on a sword swipe and other times you don't. Things like that. Right then. So where we're headed today is going to be to Urkinsenad. So I'm going to fast travel over to Windhelm Stables here, and I will meet you guys at well, no, I'll travel to Uttering Hills Cave, because, we already did that from one of the other missions, and it's pretty close. So we'll go here, and I'll meet you guys over there. Okay, everyone, welcome back. We're not actually quite at the dungeon we're going to yet. I'll show you where we're at. We are a little bit left of it, because if you look on our mini-map, right at the north point, well, sorry, the west point, right above us, you'll see there's a dragon wall here. Now, if we were far enough in the main quest to spawn dragons, of course there would be one here, but we're not that far in the main quest. However, there is somebody there named Croesus. It's a dragon priest that will spawn if you approach that area. He has a really, really nice hat for stealth builds. I'm not going to be getting it because I agreed that I was not going to, I was not going to wear anything but guild armor. That was my deal for one of the challenges of the playlist. So I won't be using it. But you can, and it's definitely worth it. Be warned though, Croesus is very, very difficult. Ooh, that was close. Now, I'm dropping in from the top here because that's where the Uttering Hills Cave took me, and this is the path I recommend you use to get here. It's much easier to approach this from the top than the bottom as far as the guards around the area. You can see there are guards down there. Well, maybe you can't see them, but trust me, they're there. I don't actually see any at this particular moment. But if you go the rooftop path I'm taking, you can circumvent most... Oh, there's one right there. You can circumvent most of them by just coming in from this angle, and this angle is easy to get to, because you'll drop up about right here if you go from the Uttering Hills Cave, which you should have if you've been following along. You should have that unlocked because we did a quest there with the Somerset Shadows. So, the tricky part is finding the right spot to drop down without taking too much fall damage. It's quite doable, you just gotta time it right, and, you know, find the right location. Alright, so we got a guard here with his back to us, so he's no threat. So we're gonna snake around the corner here, try and catch that little ledge. Good. And then we just slip right past him while he's looking that way. Easy peasy. Beyond that, we just continue this way, and pretty soon we'll be where we need to be. Well, we got another guard over here, but while he looks over there for me, I'm going to be over here zipping away, so no problem there. See, it's designed where if you came in from the bottom... Who just detected me for a second? Was it him? If he detected me, he shouldn't have... Oh, I don't know what that was about, but whatever. Anyway, if you come in from the bot through the gate here, you'd have to climb all this stuff, go through a whole bunch of bandits. But if you come in from the top, you can easily slip by most of them and cut right up through here. Whoa, you're getting close to seeing me. I gotta get out of here. Yeah, even though it's night out, just the northern lights of this area make it kind of bright. So let's get in before anybody sees me and I can keep my low kill count. Alright, here we are, inside of Urkinsenad, whatever you call it. Few things to notice as soon as you come in. The first being, there's a boss chest right here as soon as you walk in. A big old boss loot chest. Normally that implies it'll have something magical in it. Normally. So let's crack her open and see what we get today, shall we? It better not be an axe that I don't want. Damn it. Ah, stupid axes. Well, I do want the lesser soul gem, though. So, moving on. We're gonna cut through here. You see a lot of dead stuff pretty much all over the place. Now, it is worth noting that I recommend you do loot the dead dwarven spiders and things, because they have a habit of having soul gems that are already enchanted inside them. And we can use those to power up our sword when the time becomes necessary. Now, the first thing I want you to note is that this area looks safe, but it's not. There's actually like 3 hidden enemies in this area. 2 or 3. And if they hear you, they will come out. So we want to sneak past here nice and quietly. However, that one's not sleeping, so he'll be much harder to sneak past. He's already out and he can't find us. We gotta wait till the right moment to get past him. That moment, I'm gonna say, is now. If I move quickly and take him out clean and quiet, he won't alert his buddies. Just like that. Now, this is a machine. This is a robot. So killing it does not go against my rule of trying to keep the kill count low. In this room, just loop around the fire. It's not that hard. You don't even technically have to be sneaking for parts of it. You should be sneaking now, but you can jump up briefly to catch, try and get around the fire when possible. Still, the fire's not that bad, so nothing to worry about. There's a gate here you can pick, but why? You can't actually get up that way. You gotta go this way. Or if you can get up that way, it requires some, I guess, clever trickery. Open the gate, dart on through, and we're out of the fire room just like that. Now then, the video is going to be a little long because I still want to talk about my theory on Nocturnal. This is just a theory, so don't bite my head off if you disagree with it. I never claimed this is proven lore. It's just something I believe that I want to discuss and see if other people believe as well. Now, we know Nocturnal is the patron of thieves. Thieves really like Nocturnal, traditionally. We know that she takes her leadership and the people, her mortal followers who carry out her bidding from the Thieves Guild, being the Nightingales. However, it's generally agreed upon by most that Nocturnal is not a nice person, that she really doesn't like virtually anybody, and that she's a very hard mistress to follow. I'm not sure I entirely agree with that. By the way, silly spider, he can't handle the fact that the path is broken, he's freaking out about it. See? I'm gonna kill him for comedy's sake, no other real reason. You could just easily avoid him, but I feel like taking him out. Plus, he had a common soul gem, and I do want to keep my soul gem collection. I want to get at least decently high soul gem collection. Nothing back here that I've ever found anyway, so let's move on. And we're gonna cut through another door. But we're gonna cut through, well, it's technically an elevator. We're gonna go through the Grand Cavern elevator and continue on next time. For now, I'm gonna finish up my theory and I'm gonna call it a day. So, okay, here we go. Nocturnal. I believe she's actually very fond of thieves and that she has almost a motherly sense toward them. She's a harsh mistress. She doesn't know how to show it very well. Think about the facts, alright? Thieves have been stealing from Nocturnal for many years now. They enter her realm and take her stuff. There have been documented cases of her cowl, being her mask, was stolen from her. Her eye, which is an orb of hers, was stolen. Her lockpick, the skeleton key, was stolen from her. And there's a book that talks about her cloak being stolen from her. Now, all these items are part of her Daedric essence. She created them. That means she had the power to bring them back to her at a moment's notice if she feels so inclined. She can just make them come back just because. But she doesn't. She allowed Mercer to keep the skeleton key. She allowed the Great Fox to keep the cowl, but she did place a curse on it. Let me rephrase that. She placed a quotation mark curse on it. You'll learn more about that if you play the Oblivion game. I don't even consider it a curse. I think it was a gift. I totally believe it was a gift. A very good gift for a thief. You know, case after case of people robbing her, she doesn't punish them. She lets them keep what they took. Why? Because I believe she's proud of them. She is proud that members of the Thieves Guild and professional criminals, the people that she adores, were able to steal from her, their own mistress, and get away with it. I think that is totally her personification, that she actually loves the Thieves Guild, and she wants us to, to do things like that. She wants us to perform great heists. She's just a harsh person because, well, she loves thieves, and they're not good people either. Anyway, that's my theory. There is a lot of people who disagree. They say that Nocturnal doesn't like virtually anybody, but I'm not one of them. I think she loves thieves, and I'm sticking to that claim. So I'm going to get a stamina point before we go, and I'm going to save my perks, my 2 perks for later, because I don't think I need them yet. Beyond that, I'm going to have to call the video now. We've gone on long enough. So I'm Nosgard Silverclaw, signing out for Anhasi Silverclaw, and next time, we're going to try and deal with Mercer Frey. I'll see you guys then.